All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Just through the Spirit, want to speak on some things, because a lot of things going on, and like the scripture say, we are not the children of the night, but rather the children of the light. Roughly paraphrasing. So with that being said, paying attention to what's going on, as we are enlightened, we are occupied in prophecy. All right. Because slowly but surely, this controlled collapse that the top wicked elites are orchestrating, through the Spirit, the Spirit had me watch the movie Leave the World Behind earlier this week again, and it's just crazy how you pick up things that you didn't see. Like every time you watch a movie, no matter how many times you watch it, there's always something new that you pick up. So just a few more things that I picked up when I watched the movie again, to Leave the World Behind. And that's getting ready to be our reality. Whether we're ready for it or not. I'm gonna go ahead and get this real quick. We touched on this at last night's camp in regards to preparing your mind, right? Let me get this in First Peter 1:13. Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. All right, because, at the end of the day, our best bet, our only shot is going to be the mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai being bestowed upon us to be able to withstand in that day of trouble, all right, in that time period, because of course it's not just a literal 24-hour period when the scriptures talk about the day of the Lord, but a certain time period where, things are going to be happening, all right, which things are already happening, because the scriptures talk about being those birth pains, the growing pains, which is going to usher in the day star, it's going to usher in the kingdom. It tells you in Ezra, second Ezra, about that day of doom. But from there, you're going to have immortality. And pursuing to Acts 14, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorted them to continue in the faith. Because before we get to enter into the kingdom, much tribulation has to take place. All right, all hell has to break loose, because like I said, that's going to usher in the kingdom. All right, it's going to usher in, like I said, that day star, the kingdom, you see. But again, before we obtain the kingdom, these things have to happen. All right, and more is looking like it's getting ready to happen. So prepare, get ready. All right, because the time is coming, man, when we're really going to have to leave all this shit behind, and we're just going to have to be on the go. It's going to be pure faith. All right. We're going to have to move off of pure faith and trust completely solely on the Spirit. You see? So with that being said, being occupied in prophecy, all right, you know, because like I said, man, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things that aren't being reported, all right, on the mainstream media at least, you know, but nevertheless, just to get into it, man, to speak on a few things, you know, because, you know, I'm still been watching this, the developing news of, you know, these outages and things of that nature, which, you know, a lot of cyber attacks are going on right now, as it's being said, ransomware attacks, you know, which it wasn't just AT&T that was affected, all right, but it's being said, it's being reported, all right, said speculation that, you know, this was some sort of a test run, because a few days ago it's being reported that China is pretty much, now you've been having all type of provocation between China and Taiwan, all right, you know, you have Chinese jets entering into, you know, Taiwanese airspaces, the Taiwanese airspace, you know, all those warships entering into, or basically surrounding Taiwan, all right, and it's being said that a few days ago or sometime earlier this week, you know, China pretty much conducted this sort of a small, what do you call it, invasion. I forgot how they worded it, but it was pretty much like a soft invasion, you know. And not so coincidentally, this is when you had all these outages and reports of cyber attacks and things of that nature, which it's also being reported that, because what was this, last year I think it was, when you had these, it might have been 2022, maybe last year, when you had these supposed nuclear capable, what do you call it, you know, spy balloons hovering over the states and whatnot in Babylon and certain places. Well, earlier this week, you had another case where I think it was in Utah and maybe in other places where they were reporting these spy balloons yet again, you know. So some people are linking that, which again, you know, people are saying that, or people speculate that it was some sort of a test as far as these outages and cyber attacks that's going on right now, because again, you know, China, it looks like they're gonna go ahead and make their move on Taiwan, you know, and obviously America backs the Taiwanese, so of course, you know, it just makes sense if China does something to Taiwan, then, you know, obviously they would do something do something to America as well. So that's what's being said right now. You know, all these outages, these cyber attacks that are still going on, mind you. You know, it was some sort of a test, because China, again, is getting ready to make their move, which, well, like I said, it's already being said that they're making a move. They already started a soft invasion, well, earlier last week rather, you know, and, you know, just the timing of everything, because you also had to where it came out that with Russia sending those you know, sending their technology, you know, supposedly in the heavens, that's going to knock out satellites and things of that nature. You see, so it, you know, just speculating and putting everything, trying to connect the dots. You know, it seems like you know, like I said, these top wicked elites, it's looking like they're going to go ahead and make a move, some sort of a move, you know, some sort of attack. I was also looking into something. I saw something where it was something along the lines of they caught some sort of a, you know, terrorist or whatever, that supposedly he was stealing damn, I forgot. But basically, they caught supposedly they caught some guy that was taking equipment. All right, you know, basically, long story short, you know, because they were suspecting this guy of planting, you know, pocket nukes. You know, it was something along those lines. You know, which, going back to this movie, Leave the World Behind. You know, because it was a gradual process. You know, when you watch the movie, it was a gradual process, right? You know, and you know, I did a video the other week just going into how art imitates life, you know, because these elites, man, they tell you what they're gonna do before they do it. In a roundabout way, they tell you what they're gonna do before they actually do it. You see, because of course at the end of the movie, they showed those pocket nukes going off. You know, at the end of the movie, they heard the chaos in the cities, or they actually saw it rather, and they heard the chaos, right? But before all that, again, throughout the movie, it was a gradual process from the cyber attacks, all right, the confusion, you know, pretty much the grid going down, you know, and again, art imitates life because if you're paying attention, like I said, there's a lot going on as far as the power grid and the with the cyber attacks and things of that nature. I saw something on the news app. It was showing. Let me see if I still got it. I forgot which bank it was, but pretty much there was this particular bank trying to see if I can find it. But it was this bank that was, because pretty much people, man, they woke up and yet again, you know, another possible dry run, test run, because all these people, they were talking about some particular bank was about to get sued because people woke up and their bank accounts were on zero. You know, hundreds of thousands of dollars were missing. All right, and all these people woke up and their money was gone. So, you know, yeah, I can't find it, but yeah, you know, because with a great down situation, a power outage, EMP, all right, whatever the case may be, when the lights go out, you know, everything's going to be affected, you know, from the bank accounts, all right, you know, everything, you know, which it makes sense, all right, for them to shut the lights off because, as we always say, in order to usher in the new system, you have to collapse, crash, do away with the old system. You see, so it makes sense for them to, however it plays out, it just makes sense for them to knock the power out for a time, and when they shut it back on, all right, it's going to be a completely new system, right? And I've mentioned this before because going back to 2020, the lockdowns, 2021, 2022, right, when they opened everything back up, right? You had all these out the blue while everyone was locked down, right? For the most part, you had they were building those towers, You see, everyone came back out, and all of a sudden, all these towers were up. You see, so I look at that like a precursor, because again, when the lights go out, and when they shut them back on, because in order for them to usher in this new system, the power does have to come back on, all right, to be able to buy and sell and whatnot. So it just makes sense, but from there, everyone's going to be walking around with C hips. You see, man. But like I said, man, more and more is looking like, with everything that's going on, these top wicked elites, through the spirit, man, it's looking like they're getting ready to make moves. All right. Like I said, with more of these Chinese balloons supposedly being found over here in the States. All right. As it's looking like China's getting ready to make their move on Taiwan. Of course, we just have to wait and see. Because we know eventually the land of the North, all right, and I'm talking about here in America, North America, all right, we know it's just a matter of time before this place gets invaded, taken over, all right. It's going to be a completely dystopian setting, and like the movie, going back to the movie, Leave the World Behind, right? Where it was a because like the saying goes, the frog in the boiling pot, by the time the frog realizes it's being cooked, it's too late, and that's in essence, that's what's taking place, here in America, man, with this slow controlled collapse, you see, little by little, because hey, and brother was talking about it last night at camp, like, hey, as far as that, just that you're gonna get that that last alert, that last alert, and from there, that's gonna be it, that last alert, and that's gonna be it. Like the movie, going back to the movie, Leave the World Behind. I'm gonna get this because the Lord, He emphasizes, and we touched on this last night as well, as far as that the sudden destruction, right? Because when this happens, man, it's going to happen out of nowhere. You see, while everyone, for the most part, they talk shit, mumble under their breaths, all right, and things like that. Because of course, knowing that mindset and the attitude of these people, how they think, they see things that are going on in other places, and they have that normalcy by a spirit. They have that I can't be touched attitude, right? People that have that attitude, well, y'all been talking about such and such. Y'all always talking about the end of the world, right? And things of that nature. But little do these people know And get this in as Jeremiah 51. I'm gonna start at verse Jeremiah 51 and starting at 45. My people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord. And spiritually speaking, you know, because again, all these sources, all these guys like Patrick Humphrey, you know, Full Spectrum, all these guys, they see the writing on the wall, right? But what do they tell you to do? Buy gold, silver, guns, food, ammo, stack up carnally. You see? But we're spiritual preppers. All right? So spiritually, we're prepped. Because like you just said, deliver every man his soul, man. You know, mentally, we're already clocked out. You know, in fact, we can't wait for this bitch to collapse. You see? But when you read verse 46, it says, unless your heart faint, because I did a video on this as well as the other day, you know, just going into how the Lord, man, he's more and more, he's cutting things off, you know, he's stripping these people their comfort, you know, again, going back to these outages and whatnot, you know, a lot of people make their money off of, basically on the internet, social media, you know, all these influencers and things like that, OnlyFans, you see, you know, all this shit is about to come crashing down. And these people, they're going to bug out, man. They're going to lose it. They're going to lose their mind. Like I said again in verse 46, unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. Rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that, in another year, shall come a rumor. All right? As a matter of fact, let me go to this in Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32. Because, you know, this scripture is used for the women, but it can be, it's a double-fold scripture, so you can use this to talk about America as well. So in Isaiah 32 and verse 9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. So like I said, we often use this for the women, but this can be used for America as well. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So like I said, all the OnlyFans, jobs, the way people make their money, and again, a lot of people, they make their money via social media, the internet. You know, I was watching a bunch of videos, man, just a bunch of people just going into because, you know, this society is set up to where these phones have become a part of our lives. You know, we need our phones, but these people, they're way too addicted. You know, they're way too addicted to their phones, to the point where they've made it an idol. You know, they've made these phones their idols, man. Make themselves idols. You see, but the time is gonna come when this shit is gonna be shut down. You know, because, and this is something that was set up by Esau, as far as that dopamine hit that you get, you know, from all the likes, you know, and the comments on your social media accounts and things of that nature. You know, people get high off that. People are addicted to that. So, you know, when people can't access that type of attention, all right, again, these people, they're going to lose it. They're going to lose it. You know, and like I said, with all the OnlyFans and just the way that people make their money and whatnot, all this is going to be done away with. You see, all this is going to be done away with. But the point being that I wanted to make real quick was verse 10, because like I said, many days and years shall ye be troubled. right? And when you read that in the I think that's the GNT. Bear with me. Bear with me. Because I'm gonna go back to that Jeremiah. No, I think that's the NLT. Bear with me. And you know, it's cold. It's cold because we're not even in March yet. You know, we're still in February, and you know, which is still technically the so-called New Year. You know, but like it says, we're gonna read some of these translations. I'm gonna read one in the NLT. It says, in a short time, just a little more than a year. You see? And that's the new talk as of right now, you know, with cyber attacks and basically just the lights going out, a situation of the lights going out, you know. And they mentioned this, this, you know, possible threat last year at the Davos meeting, you know, about, they were talking about it as cyber attacks and things of that nature, you know, because it's all orchestrated, right? But when you read some of these translations, like when you read in the ASV, it says, for days beyond a year shall you be troubled. In a year and some days shall you be troubled. For days beyond a year shall you be troubled. So yeah, like I said, it's cold because like I said, it's cold because we're still technically in the new year. You know, we're still in February, right? So, like I always say, Lord willing, sooner than soon. Lord willing, sooner than soon. But many days above a year, right? I'm gonna go back to that Jeremiah. Because again, to emphasize that point of that sudden destruction, you know, this shit is just gonna out of nowhere come to an abrupt end. Just out the blue, it's gonna come to an abrupt end, right? Back in Jeremiah 51, in verse 46, it says, unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that, in another year, shall come a rumor. So, you know, like I was making the point, going back to people and how they have this normalcy by a spirit. But y'all are always talking about such and such. Y'all always talking about the end of the world. And, you know, to the point where people are impatient. You know, people are impatient, and they've given up, right? You know, but the Wadi Haba Shemal Shai, he keeps a hope of us alive. He keeps a hope in us alive, because it's easy to get caught up in the things of this world. You know, it's easy to get caught up in the things of this world. You know, and brothers was touching on this last night. As far as, you know, because yeah, brothers are catching hell, but you know, prophecy trumps all of the bullshit problems at the end of the day. You know, and with that being said, we you know, through the spirit, we have the ability to be able to zoom out and just focus on the bigger picture. You know, focus on the bigger picture. All right. Because this is something that's been on my mind, man, you know. And there's even a saying, right? The saying goes, man, hey, steady as you go. You know, steady as you go. You know, because like the scriptures say, prepare thy mind for thy battle, right? And being that this is spiritual warfare, all right, and we're soldiers for Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, right way, you know. I mean, Lord willing, we don't have to be here another 5-10 years, but if that is the case for us, then hey, you know, we'll figure shit out when we get to that point. If we get to that point, like I said, Lord willing, that's not the case. But we're not thinking that far ahead, you know. And I just say all that to say, because again, being a soldier, you know, a soldier, he's focused on the battle that's in front of him, all right, in real time. He's not worried about, you know, the wife and the kids and nothing else but what's in front of him, the mission. You know, so again, steady as you go, because hey, it's a day by day, case by case. You know, again, we're in a spiritual warfare, so hey, you know, we deal with real shit in real time. You know, the hell with 5 or 10 years, hell with, you know, brothers ain't thinking about tomorrow, and that's the attitude that we ought to have. That's, you know, that's the spirit we should be in. You know, we just focus on what's in front of us. Because listen, one day, like I said, something's going to happen, and there's going to be an abrupt change, a drastic change, just like that. Again, that sudden destruction. You see, because I'm going to read it again in Jeremiah 51 and 46 again. Unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that, in another year, shall come a rumor. And violence in the land, ruler against ruler. So you see, it's like I was saying, people are talking shit. Are y'all always talking about the end of the world? You know, scoffers, scorners. You know, you know, and it's cute now, right? It's cute now, but like I said, a rumor shall come in 1 year, and another year, another rumor, right? And then violence. So you see, all of a sudden, all right, an abrupt change, just out of nowhere, all hell's going to be breaking loose. Something's going to happen. It's just everyone's lives, all of our lives are going to change dramatically. You see, you know, hey, I know brothers got that feeling, man. You know, we're close. We're close. The Lord's really getting ready to do it. You know, something's getting ready to happen. For real, for real. You know, because again, you know, there ain't no coincidences. There's no coincidences. Just the timing of everything. The timing of everything. You know, just the timing of everything, man. Lord willing, like I always say, sooner than soon. All right, something's coming. It's coming, because that's what they're talking about, the big one. All right, and this devil Klaus Schwab said it a couple of years ago. Hey, as far as the next big thing that's going to make COVID look like a walk in the park, and he was mentioning the cyber attacks, man. You know, which going back to that movie, the Leave the War Behind, they showed that cyber attacks. You know, and when you go into that the production of that movie, which you know, the Obamas, they were executive producers, and their production, you know, they were heavily involved with the making of this movie. And I read it to where a lot of people that were involved with the making of that movie, man, they were terrified, because it's just how much it related to real life, you know, to real life. A lot of people that were involved in the making of that movie, they were like, oh shit, you know. A lot of people, they were terrified because of just how relative it was to real life. Well, like I said, art imitates life, you know, but steady as you go, because yeah, this one day, you know, and again, being soldiers for Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, we just got to take this one day at a time, one battle at a time, one situation at a time, day by day, case by case, you know, minute by minute, second by second, you know, which people ask me that all the time, you know, how do you do that, you know? Because listen, I'm not thinking about 5 minutes from now. I'm thinking about right now. I'm in the moment. You know, I always say it's a day by day, case by case, minute by minute. People always ask, how do you do that? How do you? Well, hey, you know, just tunnel vision, man. Tunnel vision. Because, hey, at any moment, this thing can pop off. You know, at any moment, this thing will pop off, in fact. You see? So again, as I read earlier, man, just gird up the loins of thy mind. You know, be ready, be sober, be diligent. Hey, be ready to go. Just be ready. Like brothers say, you stay ready so we don't have to be ready. You know. But Lord willing, enough was said. Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Shema Shai, and peace, mercy, blessings to you, hopefully, Lord willing, until the next one.